And the winner of the 5 million silver giveaway from the previous video is Zed Tingers. Contact me in game at SuperDragon87. Add me to friends list. It's SuperDragon. Subscribe, then comment your name and server for a chance to win 5 million silver. Easy money, baby. I'm playing 5-4 dual sword in an abbey, and all of a sudden, an invisible 6-4 Prowling Staff is on top of me. I don't use my cleric robe right away because he can't outbrawl me face to face without having shift charges. He has a rose buff and I only have the Gigantify buff, and it gives him a huge advantage. We brawl it out, he kites me a bit. I miss a sword slash, he has full charges, so he transforms, misses his pounce, I kite away. There goes my buff activating, so I activate my cleric robe to make him waste his jacket. I pull away, use my potion, dive back in, his rose activates. Now he can try to execute me, so he polymorphs, and I begin slamming the Hunter Hood button and just narrowly get it off, making him execute himself. 15.6 mil. The next clip, I'm about to gank somebody, and what do you know? Another 6-4 Prowling comes sprinting at me. I OC, miss my E. He transforms, misses his dash. I kite away for my cooldowns. I use Sword Slash to keep kiting to get my E up. I dive back in. He transforms. He uses his full combo when I'm not low enough HP, which is a mistake, so he has to kite away, potion, and Mistwalker Jacket. I Sword Slash to keep up with him. I have my Cleric Robe up. I activate his Undead Cape with my E. He's still hitting me. He's about to go in for the execute. I activate my Cleric Robe in a timely manner, and he can't execute me and is finished off with Sword Slash. 8.14 million. I'm still in the 5-4 dual sword cloth with Avalonian Cape. I use my full abilities to dismount this Prowling Staff. It is a 7-3 masterpiece. He tries to brawl me, but I quickly use my defensives and create distance, outplaying him. We trade it out. I just have significantly more damage and too much defensive for his build. I keep chase, but he uses his superior mobility to stay away from me. And with this build, you have a weakness in that you don't have a purge, so Prowling on top of that is already pretty hard to catch. He narrowly gets away here because of that. I don't execute him through the Undead Cape, and I can't get to him in time as he escapes northbound. He does make a huge mistake. As you'll see here, he does get to mount up and reset for another fight, but he decides to come back before his Undead Cape has returned, and that costs him dearly. So the next round, I see him coming back, his Undead Cape is still down, I dismount him right away and just go for the kill. And I'm pretty sure he already realizes that he is just completely unable to win this fight, so it's pretty much me just running him down, making sure that I don't let him get me below 50% health, but it's nowhere close to that. So it's just a matter of actually executing him, which is easier said than done with no purge versus a Prowling Staff. Boom, he's dead, 11.8 million. And now a 6-2 carving attacks me, and I am in tier 7 dual sword. This time I have my Brazilian Cape, which is the preferred cape for this build. He uses his Mistwalker Jacket way too early, and it gives me a significant advantage. However, I do miss my E, so I do kite away. And if you are a carving sword and you're fighting a similar IP dual sword, there should be no reason that you don't win the fight, as carving does counter dual swords. And so the trick to that is when the dual sword is E-ing on top of you, you dash through the damage with your E, dealing damage to them, but they did not land their E on you. I kite away his sword slash, he misses, and I don't use my sword slash here because you want to avoid using your skill shots on elevated terrain. It will end up making you miss. I use my hunter hood, which forces his Mistwalker jacket. And now he's pretty much a sitting duck, but I don't have my sword slash or E up. He's still defenseless as I use my cleric robe, but he's invisible. So there's nothing to do but to hunt him down. You save the run so that it'll be up for the Undead Cape in case you don't execute through it. Since again, you have no purge with this build. And there we go, he is down, and 1.88 million, kind of a bad trash rate. Now I am sitting in a camp, and I am in 6-1. There's a 6-1 brawler battle bracers, that dismounts himself, taking huge aggro. And so I activate my hunter hood, and he basically just explodes himself. He has to use his assassin jacket, and he should have went for the escape, but he sticks around, so I punish him with the poison potion and execute him. 800k. Here I am, I'm an 8-1, and the Light Crossbow is an 8-1. It's a bit of a scary matchup, you know, anytime you're facing a Light Crossbow. You don't dive right away because they'll anticipate it. You be hesitant and then use it when they don't expect it. I activate my cleric robe, block some damage. I decide to go with Gigapot because, again, he's going to do an insane amount of damage. I could heal and then he would just do the damage through that healing as well. He's got Martlet Cape, and right here he lays a trap. I activate my Hunter Hood, and he's down to 5 HP from the reflect damage. And he's a little bit hard to catch because he has that mobility from the trap. But nonetheless, 2.79 million. Good trash rate this time. A Longbow appears in soldier armor. He immediately rains down arrows, so I use my cleric robe to block some of the damage while hitting him. He activates his soldier armor for his next arrow rain that will be available. I see he has Martlock Cape, so I equip my poison potion right away. That way I can do true damage and execute him through that. He still does insane damage to me, and I nearly died to the dismount of the person on top of us. 1 mil. Here I am, just, you know, casual gank, and I'm an 8-1 dual sword, but another dual sword appears. I have to kite him for a second, and then he comes in, purges my cleric robe, but I still have my second defensive, the Hunter Hood, and it's immediately apparent to him that he is getting destroyed. He activates his armor to heal, so I kite away with my boots, then go back in. He uses parry strike, which was good. I potion because I hit myself a few times with the parry strike. It becomes very close, and this mob is hitting me. I do land the final sword slash, narrowly coming out on top. And that is because I OC'd and did extra damage. We're back in the Abbey. There's an 8-1 Battleaxe. I do have my Brazilian Cape, I believe. I miss my sword slash. He comes running at me, and he ends up landing a couple axe throws. But I run away, and he uses his purge on the run, which is a mistake. So I go back in and activate my cleric robe and get a few hits for free. We trade. He hits himself with the reflect with his axe throw on my Hunter Hood. My rose buff goes off. He doesn't have one, which is huge. Again, I have no way to purge through the Undead Cape with this build. So he tries to run away, and I'm going to have to try to execute him through the Undead Cape or catch him. He uses his run without trying to use it to get away, which is a huge mistake. However, my run is down as well, so it pretty much cancels out. He is in his Undead Cape, and I have nothing left to do but to chase him down, and my run will be up before his. However, he is kiting me, and I'm so low on mana that I almost die because I have to Q him instead of jump on him, but it's a 2.7 million kill. I'm in a corrupted dungeon. There's a 7-3 Light Crossbow. We trade it off. He activates a Gigantify potion. I have to kite away here when he cleric robes. potion up, go back in with my Brazilian cape and hunter hood, dive back in. However, he has the Martlock cape, so it's extremely close, as well with his guardian helmet. I narrowly kill him. 6 million. Next, it's a tier 7 equivalent mirror matchup, except he has Martlock cape and I'm on Avalonian cape. I use all my abilities to dismount him, and he uses his cleric. I use my cleric. He uses Gigantify pot. I start healing. I run away here while he is Giganticified. He chases after. I OC. My E is up again. However, he parry strikes many of the auto attacks, and his Martlock cape really allows him to catch back up there, and we end up double KOing. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more Swords gameplay.